My daughter is an art prodigy.
Well, she's far better than you ever were. Granted, the bar is very low.
And true art is lost on the feeble-minded. She's stunning.
She certainly looks good walking away from you.
Come on, Elijah. You've fallen for her, admit it. May do wonders for the stick that's lodged up your enduringly stoic arse if you did.
I admit to you that it's complicated. Would that suffice? Or are you determined to torment me throughout this endeavor?
Oh, she looks like her mother. Maybe there is a God after all.
That leaves friend and foe. You and Klaus have a lot of foes.
Just one or two.
Thankfully, not many friends.
So sorry, were they friends of yours? Well, that's right, you don't have any friends.
I do have friends.
Do you think you can cram us into a selfie?
Only Klaus is the virtuoso of cramming his siblings into confined spaces.
Well, I'm so glad I travelled hundreds of miles to visit my mentally ill brother, only to have him insult me to my face.
No, come on, just take the picture.
Perhaps I was thrown off by the lack of strange gentlemen callers perusing the contents of my refrigerator this morning. Rebecca, love, eat your veggies.
Didn't they burn that Philistine pigsty into the ground?
Pigsty? Belaga was my favorite artist's retreat.
Oh, Belaga, that place was hideous.
Thank you, Cole.
No taste.
I'm curious, does she take one of those little plastic baggies out when she takes you for a walk?
Cammy, I've changed my mind. I am going to kill him after all.
What? You're not fishing for a thank you, I hope.
I'd find myself freezing in hell before I got home from you.
You were the only witch in town I couldn't charm into doing my bidding. Honestly, I just figured you fancied the ladies.
Oh, because that's the only reason a woman wouldn't swoon for you.
Yes, go tend to dinner. Leave the blades to the men, little sister. Oh, Becca!
It's just a little blood. Be a man about it.
Thank you for not abandoning me.
Well, we did consider it. The vote was rather close.
That is just not my chin, Nick. It was much more delicate.
The only delicate thing about you, sister, is your ego.
When placed beside the behemoth size of yours, certainly.
Tell me how handsome I am.
Oh, Cole, you know I can't be compelled.
Seems rather uncivilized.
Yes, far better to practice your process of grief, Niklaus. Denial, rage, and hoarding coffins in basements. I will warn you, Haley. Niklaus is in a spectacularly foul mood today.
Sod off.
This house has enough men rolling around in it.
Just like you, Becca.
Good riddance, both of you.
My plan for global domination or Rebecca's plan to find love in a cruel, cruel world?
Before we light it, we write down our wishes for each other to burn for luck. It was Cole's favorite part when we were kids.
There's further evidence as to why we should ignore it. Strangely, I don't recall wishing for an influx of enemies, and yet, year after year...
How odd. Forever on Santa's naughty list. Oh, look, sister's arrived. Watch my fast approaching victory.
On the contrary, Elijah. It's come to laugh at you. And should you happen to meet some handsome fool, know your weaknesses. Drink and brawl and give our sensual race the rein.
Derivative. I wouldn't argue with this fool. He's not listening to a single word you say. He's simply waiting for you to draw breath so that he might pontificate anew.
I believe you're thinking of my brother, Elijah. He's the pompous, controlling one.
Interesting. I had always heard that Elijah was the enigmatic and charming one, the truly distinguished element of the family.